Welcome to OpenMentor.net. In this session we are going to talk about Java arithmetic operations. I have declared three variables in a single line, I, j, k. I have initialized I equal to 10, j equal to 3. A very simple addition, k equal to I plus j. Now we are printing the addition value. If you look here, this plus sign, it takes this string, it automatically converts this k to a printable way. This plus sign is not an arithmetic addition. If you see here, this is the arithmetic addition, whereas the plus sign over here is first print this, then in the same line convert this to a string and then print it. So basic addition. Now let us try to compile and then execute this. Java C, Java 3.java, Java 3. Now it says addition, the value is 13, 10 plus 3, which is correct. Now let us do the same thing with multiple statements. I'm going to do I minus j, I star j, then I divided by j. Instead of addition, I'm going to say, just say minus. This is star, this is slash. Now let us give acronyms to these things. Now let us compile this once again. I save this file, compile this, then execute. Now 10 plus 3 is 13, 10 minus 3 is 7, 10 star 3 is 30, 10 divided by 3, integer division gives the quotient as 3. Since the variables are integers, it doesn't store 3.33 something, it stores simply 3. Let us do one thing. I go back here. Let us define one more variable with floating point. I have defined three variables, float, x, y and z. Now I have initialized here with the suffix f. This indicates it's a floating point. So x is equal to 10 with decimal point floating, y 3.0 floating. Now I have done z equal to x slash y, which is a floating point division, and we are printing that value. Let us compile this once again. Java C, Java 3.java, Java 3. This program. Now if you see the last line, the division, 10 divided by 3 in floating point, now it prints the decimal values. In integer division, it was giving only 3. So that's the thing. Okay, let us look at this example. We have got I equal to 10, j to 3, k equal to I plus j, I equal to 10. Now we are using this plus post increment operator. This means first this I will be used for this statement. After this statement is finished, then it will be incremented. Then I am printing I. Then I am incrementing the pre-incrementing I. This means first I will be incremented, then that value will be used for this. So we are now seeing the pre-increment and post-increment operators. This is same as C. Now let us execute this one. So initially I was 10. We have done this I plus plus, but still the value printed was 10. After that I am printing I. After printing, the I becomes 11. So initially after doing I plus plus, it was still printing 10 because println was using the value of I before increment. But after that println is done, it is having the value 11. Then once you do plus I, it becomes 12. So even for the print statement, it does that. So whenever you are doing calculations, if you are using this I plus plus, the value of current I will be used in that expression. After the expression is done, then it will be incremented. If you are using this pre-increment plus I, first I will be incremented and then that value will be used for expressions. Now the same is applicable for minus also. Now I am having another set of code. This time I am using for j. Same like pre-increment and post-increment, pre-decrement and post-decrement. So the post-decrement, First, the value of j will be used in the expression, then it will be decremented. Pre-decrement, first the j values will be decremented, then that will be used in the expression. So let us compile it again. Now when you execute, initially j was 3. When it was printing j minus minus, it printed 3. After that it decremented, so that decremented value is 2. When you do pre-decrement minus minus j and it was decremented to 1, then that value got printed. So you have got regular plus minus multiplication and division, as well as pre-increment, post-increment, pre-decrement, post-decrement. Now let us do some more operations in arithmetic. Look at this expression, I equals I plus 10. So initially I is 10, so I am incrementing it. Let us execute this. So 10 plus 10 is equal to 20, you and I know that, so it prints that value. Java has one more notation. Rather than writing this way, you can also write I plus equal to 10. Let us compile this. Then let us execute this. The effect is exactly the same. So you can either write I is equal to I plus 10, or you can say I plus equal to 10. So in the same way, you can use minus equal to, star equal to, plus equal to, and then slash equal to. All these things are applicable to multiplication and division, provided you are operating left hand side the variable I, you are operating the variable right hand side also. This is true for this kind of operation, I is equal to I plus 10 or I equal to I minus 1. Then you can use this minus plus or plus equal to, minus equal to, that kind of operations. It also has a modulus operator. For example, if I want to have I modulus k, let us say k equal to I modulus j. For modulus, you need to use percentage symbol. This will give you the remainder. So the remainder is nothing but 10 divided by 3 is 3 as a quotient and 1 as a remainder. So the remainder will be the resultant over here. So let us do that. Let me comment these two lines. So this is modulus operator. Modulus always returns the remainder. Let us compile this. Then let us run this. So it says k, the value is 2. Okay. The reason is in between I is incremented to 20. So 20 modulus 3. Initially I was 10. In this statement I was incremented by another 10. So it was 20. 20 modulus 3, that becomes 2. That's what you are seeing over here. So in this fashion, you can also write, if I is equal to I modulus something, you can say modulus equal to also. So the simple addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulus, pre-increment, post-increment, etc., they are all part of arithmetic operations. We will end this session here. Thank you.